In Ivy at the Brattle Theater located here at 40 Brattle Street. And we're just going to walk downstairs and meet up with Ned Hinkle and Ivy Moylan, his sweet darling wife, who is also his partner in crime here at the Brattle Theater. There we go. It says closed, but we're going to open the door anyway. Or maybe we're not. We're going to have to let them open the door. Hi, Ivy.
Hi, Denise.
How are you?
Hi,
Ned, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. So here we are at the Brattle Theater.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah. How long has it been here?
The Brattle's been a movie theater since 1953. But the building itself, Brattle Hall, it was built in 1890.
1890.
As a lecture hall by the organization that is now CCAE.
Yeah.
So it's been a cultural institution for over 125 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a movie theater since 1953.
Yeah.
In all kinds of different forms. But welcome to the lobby.
Thank you.
This is our diminutive lobby.
Yep.
Yes.
Where you can get lots of, it's not popping right now, but we try to focus on having lots of local stuff as much as possible combined with sort of traditional movie theater fare. So all of the beer is local.
All of the beer is local or regional.
Yeah, or regional.
Mm-hmm.
Spindrift, Boylan Soda, we try to keep it as independent as possible.
Excellent.
But come on upstairs.
I would love to
show you
come
the
upstairs. So
theater.
there we
It's
go.
A little bit of a hidden vibe here.
That's okay. I'm just going to follow you up the stairs and continue.
Caution, stairs.
Yes. Yes, I'll be very careful.
Careful.
Yes.
Albert Hitchcock telling you to turn off your
Shh.
cell phone.
There we go.
So
Excellent.
here we are.
Oh,
in
my
the theater
goodness.
itself.
How many seats, Ned?
There's about 225 seats.
And how often are you?
How often are we full?
Yeah.
Not as often as we'd like, of course.
But more than
we're-
we used to be.
We're very busy. Yeah, it's been a great few years for us.
We were full yesterday. We had our Muppet Marathon yesterday. We do that for every Marathon Monday, or have for like 10 years.
Yep.
And that always brings out a crowd specifically for Dark Crystal and Labyrinth.
We had a great crowd for the Muppet movie sing-along.
And the
This one?
sing-along, yes.
Yes.
People singing their hearts out.
And you do something with pajamas, yes?
No, we don't do any. We should do something with pajamas.
I thought
should.
Somebody told me that they wear their pajamas here, and I thought it was
Well,
Oh, I'm
sanctioned.
sure people wear their
People are
pajamas.
welcome to wear their pajamas. Many of the kids were wearing pajamas
Yesterday,
yesterday.
Well, we've done for Boston Underground Film Festival, we have the Saturday morning cartoons with
cartoons,
cereal and
yeah.
things like that. So I bet that's what they're thinking of.
Maybe,
And
yes.
Lots of people come in their pajamas for that. So,
So you sanction pajamas.
Yes.
I mean, in
Formal
a
wear
college-
to pajamas.
Yes, we welcome everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, about 225 seats. We fill up occasionally. I'd say we have a healthy audience every night. But when we play Casablanca on Valentine's Day, when we do our Muppet Marathon, when we play It's a Wonderful Life around Christmas, those are all events or Jaws
On
for
4th of
July 4th.
Yes.
Those are all events that we expect to sell out.
Yeah.
And then we're always surprised. Great audiences.
Yeah. One thing to note for the viewers is that we have a balcony,
Yes.
which we think is very special other than the Somerville Theater. And our balcony is always open, unless like a filmmaker doesn't want that many people here. And then the other thing that's neat to point out, these are the old murals from Casablanca Restaurant, which used to be downstairs from us.
Yes.
The landlord preserved them and helped get them installed here so that they can still be around because they're a lot of fun.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have different pieces of the mural sort of sticking around throughout the space.
And other pieces of Brattle history as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to highlight the history of the space in addition to celebrate the fact that it's still here. So that sign over there is actually the original, like from the 50s, the original street sign that used to be on the front of the building. And they actually used it as a marquee.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can come around towards the stage, and then we can. The stage is and
So somebody is on Facebook saying that the balcony includes the bonus owl.
Yeah.
So tell us about the bonus
The
owl.
owl, right there.
Include the owl
So somebody,
right above here.
yeah, there's the owl. That's great.
And the
So,
owl
so thank you,
started-
Brad, for that.
So the owl started, we did, when Twin Peaks came out on Blu-ray, we did a Twin Peaks marathon that was overnight, which would also have included pajamas. And the owl was put in then because it was sort of part of the atmosphere for Twin Peaks. And we liked it so much we just kept it.
You kept it. That's
Yeah.
great. Does it have a name?
No.
I've been trying to decide whether to call it Bob or Dale, those Twin Peaks names, but I'm open to suggestions.
Okay, so if anybody out there has a suggestion for naming the owl, let us know, and we'll happily take it under advisement. Yes?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might change his name, or her name might change.
Yep.
So this stage and the proscenium arch have been here as long as
The building's been here.
the building's been here. We believe.
So we've been
They were,
told.
they were preserved in the late 80s when the building itself was taken apart and rebuilt. Some people might remember that. The whole building was sort of reconstructed. It was expanded in certain parts, but this stage was kept. In fact, there is a photo of the building completely open to the elements, but the stage and the arch remains there. Of course the Brattle was used as a legit theater, stage theater in the 40s, and so some illustrious people have tread these boards.
Paul Robeson
Paul Robeson premiered his
Othello.
here.
and Jessica Tandy performed.
Yes, Hume Cronin and Jessica Tandy, Zero Mustel. There were speakers here. Of course, the Brattles hosted filmmakers like David Lynch and Wes Anderson, as well as other great Hollywood and foreign directors. So all kinds of interesting people have been on our stage.
Yep.
So, besides the interesting people, what about ghosts? Any ghosts in the building?
You know, obviously that is a question that is often asked. Perhaps
Sure.
I am not sensitive enough, but I have spent many overnights here trying to get the Brattle printed schedule done, and I have never, unfortunately, I've never had a visitation. So,
Oh.
but I would invite any spirits who are listening,
To come forward
to come forward and make themselves known.
and help us name the owl.
Yeah, and yes,
Exactly.
they can help us name the owl for sure.
Perfect. It's great. So, how long have you two been doing this?
We took over in 2001.
2001.
Okay.
But we both worked for the previous company that ran the Brattle before that. So Ned's been working continuously.
Since 1997.
Yeah. And I left for a little while, but I was here in the 90s and then back. So
When we took it over, we turned it into a nonprofit for the first time. So
Yes.
prior to that, it was a for-profit or nominally a for-profit business. But we felt it was important to preserve the cultural, importance of the space and the mode of programming at the Brattle. We're one of the few repertory cinemas left in the United States. So that means we play a whole bunch of different movies and change them all the time and put them onto a calendar. There are very few places that do that kind of film programming left in the States.
And so you're married? So did you meet here at the
yes.
Brattle? Is there like a fabulous love story?
No, we actually
No?
knew each other before the Brattle, but we both got each other our Brattle jobs. I had previously been working at the Somerville, and Ned was working for someone who knew the owners and knew that they were looking for an operations manager. And then once I was here, I told Ned, hey, they're looking for a marketing person. He's leaving, I forget where he was going. He was leaving town or something. So we have that. But we did meet in Harvard Square.
It's true.
We met at the number 1 bus stop across the street from what was once a Walmart.
Well, that's romantic.
The hidden romance. The number 1 bus stop.
That's right. It's
So,
great.
yeah.
That's perfect.
And I think that the thing for people who aren't familiar with the Brattle, Although we are only a single screen theater, because we play in this repertory model that Ned was talking about, which is like a different movie mostly every day, we actually play on average about 600 films a year,
Nice.
which is more movies than all the Kendall Square plays all year with 9 screens. Because we're just cranking them in and out and in and out and in and out.
It's fabulous.
And depending on who you speak to, the Brattle's known for playing all kinds of things. Like, some people think of us as where you go for classic films. I overheard somebody walking by the other day saying like, oh, there's the Brattle Theater, they play documentaries. And I was like, well, we do, but we play a lot of other things. We play international films. There's film festivals. We're in the midst of festival season right now, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, the Independent Film Festival of Boston starts in a week and a half. And this weekend we're hosting the Women in Comedy Festival, so there'll be live stand-up here, as well as short film programs and some storytelling, which is great. So we love to host live events. We do a lot of readings with the Harvard Bookstore, our good partners at the Harvard Bookstore, and stand-up comedy, very occasionally live music, but that's we try not to have too many people on the stage at once because I get nervous about the screen getting disrupted.
Sure.
Yeah, just as much stuff as we can pack into a 2-month period of time is what we try to schedule. It's variety is certainly the spice of our life.
And one thing I didn't mention while we were downstairs is that we are one of the movie theaters in town that sells beer and wine. I know sort of cursorily mentioned it, but
Yes.
that is a big plus.
And we're so pleased. We were really
You were?
we were very much involved in that,
Yes,
and
you
couldn't have
were.
been happier when that happened, because I think that have an adult beverage while you're watching a classic film.
Yeah, and
it
the
just
Brattle is an
couldn't be
adult
better.
venue.
Yes.
You know, we don't
Yeah.
have a lot of, you
Yeah.
know, teenagers and stuff like that here, although we will welcome teenagers at any time
Sure.
because they are our future.
Yeah.
There you go. And speaking of that, how can people get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Well, the best way is to visit the website at brattlefilm.org. You can follow us on Facebook. We're always making announcements there, and on Twitter and Instagram. And we print a calendar. We're old-fashioned, so we make a hard copy printed calendar. The new one, Ivy's holding the old one.
This is the old one that's just ending next week, but the new one's going to press next week.
And
So
we'll
we'll have
be
a brand
here.
new one.
So
Great.
we'll have a brand new schedule for films for May and June.
Excellent. And those calendars can be found around
Yeah,
Harvard
they're
Square?
around Harvard Square. They're actually around town. They can also be just picked up right outside the Brattle or when you come to a movie. And then we also have a weekly email list, which will send the program for like the next 10 days just to your email box.
Excellent. Anything else you want to add before
I
we
was
say
gonna say,
goodbye?
If you're a member of the Brattle, you get the calendar delivered to you in first-class mail. So
Wow.
Yes,
Old
you can
school,
put it-
USPS.
Oh, yeah?
I love that.
USPS.
Fabulous.
It's still valid.
Yep.
Well, that's terrific. So thank you so much, Ivy and Ned, for visiting with us this afternoon.
Thanks so much for visiting.
And we will look forward to many great films in
Yeah.
our near future.
Hopefully we'll see you guys soon at the movies.
You will. Take care.